In today's video, I'm gonna go over some very interesting new Blender add-ons, but also important updates for popular ones, add-ons for cloth simulation, UVs, lighting, compositing, and others. So let's dive in so you can find out what's new. I'm gonna start with Sanctus Vault. So if you've ever wanted a quick way to save and reuse custom materials in Blender, Sanctus Vault might become your best new friend. Well, it basically adds the missing save button to Blender's material system, letting you create presets of your own perfectly tweaked shaders so you don't have to rebuild them every time. The add-on automatically generates thumbnails for each saved material, and even lets you export and share them as lightweight .vault files, which you can swap with others or use them in different projects. Best of all, it is completely free, and there is an active community on Discord where artists exchange materials, so it is gonna be a great way to build up personal material libraries. I mean, in a hassle-free way. And for anyone dealing with UV mapping, Uvpackmaster 4 is out, and a lot of you guys have it, so you might find this update interesting. And if you don't have it already, this add-on is great for packing UVs and making your life easier than ever. One of the coolest new tricks in the update is the dynamic tiles feature, which automatically determines how many UV tiles or UDIMs are needed and uses as many as required for optional packing, which means you don't have to guess the tile counts yourself anymore. It also beefs up texel density control, so you can define different texel densities on a per island basis, and even group islands into tiers that let you adjust their scale collectively at any time without manual reassignments. On top of that, there is a new group layout mode for texture atlas workflows, along with a bunch of UI and user experience improvements to streamline the workflow in general. The gist of it is that Uvpackmaster 4 actually takes an already powerful UV packing tool and takes it to the next level. Another really big update is Simply Cloth Studio 2.0, which revamps this popular cloth simulation add-on from the ground up for Blender 5. First of all, the user interface received a modern overhaul to be more intuitive, and there is now a brand new adaptive wrinkle system, which automatically generates realistic cloth folds, in addition to creases as your garment drapes. Also under the hood, performance has been significantly improved, so cloth simulation ran faster and smoother, compared to before. And the overall workflow from designing or sculpting the garment to running the simulation and baking is now much better and streamlined. In my opinion, this add-on is actually the best out there for creating cloth and cloth simulations in Blender, and with version 2, I cannot recommend it enough. Next up there is Studioverse 1.0, which just launched, and it is like a one-stop studio for all your lighting and rendering needs in Blender. This add-on brings a bunch of professional quality lighting tools, things like easily placing softboxes, gobos, and even doing advanced light linking setups, so you can craft the perfect lighting without a ton of manual setup. It also introduced a powerful shot management and camera suite. What does that mean? Well, you can set up multiple shots with different cameras, lighting conditions, and even real camera settings like aperture, ISO, etc. Then batch render all of them with a queue when you're ready. On top of that, the add-on includes handy post-processing effects like film grain, vignetting, and a better gloom and glare that automatically adapts to your scene, which gives your renders a polished and cinematic touch, without you having to waste a lot of your time. Next, I'm going to talk about Lazy Composer 2, which brings a super easy way to give your renders a cinematic finishing touch. And here's the thing, it is actually inspired by DaVinci Resolve's color grading tools, basically giving you film emulation inside Blender's compositor. Inside, you will get intuitive sliders for the usual tweaks, exposure, contrast, balance, temperature, etc. In addition to authentic film-like effects, things such as grain, lens distortion with chromatic aberration, glooms, glows, and so on, and even halation on highlights. And the good thing, the add-on comes packed with over 20 presets for different looks, and despite all the fancy effects, it is pretty efficient. And by the way, the developers knows that it only adds about 2 seconds per frame on a mid-range GPU when the full stack is enabled. Oh, and if you're curious, there is even a free edition available with most core features, so you can try it out before committing. And for quick nature scenes involving water, Dynamic Flow is a neat new add-on, which lets you simulate flow in water in real time using Blender's geometry nodes. Basically, it is geared towards environments like riversides or shorelines, and the tool automatically makes water flow realistically along the edges of your terrain, and even adds foam where the water meets the land. And since it is not running on heavy physics solvers, you don't need to bake anything, or wait for anything that is. The water animates immediately and the system is lightweight, actually light enough to run in real time, without caching. And if you change anything in the environment, you will see the water effect changing along with it in real time. And it works in both cycles and Eevee. And generally speaking, I think it is quick and a fun tool to add water simulations and dynamic flows in your scenes. There's also an interesting new add-on called Loopworks. This new add-on actually improves Blender edge loop editing with extra precision, simply because it provides a set of new loop operations that let you edit and create edge loops with very high accuracy. The developer even calls it CAD level continuity for your topology. And in practice, this means you can maintain perfectly smooth curves and consistent spacing when adding or sliding loops, giving your models a clean and, generally speaking, I think, a more professional topology compared to Blender's vanilla tools. It is not reinventing the wheel, but it is a handy little toolkit for anyone doing retopology or hard surface modeling, allowing you to sculpt and adjust edge loops while preserving the curvature of the flow in your meshes. Still with modeling, Surface Peel is an add-on that lets you generate peeling paint on your models as actual 3D geometry instead of just flat textures. Generally speaking, I think it is perfect for giving walls or props that weathered and flanky paint look, especially when you want the detail to hold up at close range, or on curved surfaces. You can control exactly where the paint peels using vertex groups, basically painting the effect on, and it even lets you draw your own crack patterns for ultimate control, with features like adjustable peeling thickness, edge wear, little paint bubbles, and more. Generally speaking, the add-on makes adding realistic chipped paint decay on your scenes actually fun and surprisingly easy. On the other hand, SDF Boolean Mixer is an experimental modeling tool, which uses Blender 5's new sign distance field system to improve booleans with smooth blends and bevels. So it lets you merge or cut out shapes and get nicely rounded transitions or carved details automatically, something that standard booleans usually struggle with. And it comes with a set of geometry nodes that work on any meshes to create complex vertex-based cuts and combinations, though you might need up a beefy machine if you crank up the details. And if you're into tinkering with advanced modeling tricks, I think this add-on is a cool way to explore SDF-based booleans and create wild shapes that would be hard to create manually. Last but not least, Topiary Generator is a fun geometry node power tool, which lets you grow decorative foliage on any shape you want. Essentially, you use an existing mesh as a guide, and it could be as simple as a cube or complex as a character, and the tool covers it in leaves and branches to create a procedural topiary, things like fancy sculptures in gardens. And the system is non-destructive, and you can customize it as you wish. For example, you can adjust leaf density, swap in different leaf styles or presets, and even auto-generate trunks and branches if you need them. And I think it is great for quickly adding whimsical trees or maybe adding some or hedges to the scene. And since it is procedural, you can tweak the base shapes and most of the greenery update in real time. And there you have it, guys. If you're interested in these add-ons, you will find all the necessary links in the description. Also, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to receive more videos like this. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.